to get back into this one. We've got a very, very exciting series coming up later on. I mean, okay. How many? You've done 8, you've done 2. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
8
my bad.
2 is not 4.
9. After this little interlude here, we'll be rolling into the Chicago Huntsmen going up against the Toronto Ultra. We know you saw that Toronto Ultra video.
Amazing.
Every single tournament now. I mean, that's one of the highlights for me. I'm like, what are they going to do next? It's been great to see what these different teams can put forward content-wise, and this one is going to be no different. We cannot wait to get into this one. Phil, it's going to be a banger.
It is, and I think this is the first series we go into with a very, very heavy favorite. I mean, even the last series, it was quite one-sided, but I think going into it, people were saying you can't underestimate the Mutineers. I was one of those people, and London just came out, smashed it. But coming into this one, I think there is a heavy favorite, and yes. I think for Toronto, they have to go into this and know that there's no pressure on them. They're meant to lose this game, you know. Everyone is watching the Huntsmen. That's where the pressure is, on that side of the main stage. So you've got to go in with a positive attitude, but I think, yes, everyone is looking at the Huntsmen. For me, it should be a clean sweep.
Well, there's one way they can get it done, and hopefully with a little bit of help from our Game Fuel keys to victory that Nameless has provided us with for the Chicago Huntsmen. I mean, after a big win in London, what have they got to do? And he thinks they've got to continue to be slay heavy, keep the kills coming. They don't switch up anything. It ain't broke. You don't have to fix anything just yet, friends. And again, they had a good run of the launch weekend. They won London. The only series that was even close for them was the match against Paris, and Paris were playing out their minds. So don't change up too much. Keep doing what you're doing. It's looking good for Chicago.
On the flip side of things, though, we have, of course, Toronto Ultra and the Game Fuel keys to victory, of course, done by none other than Nameless himself. Methods and Looney to be stars. I think these are the names that everyone kind of sees instantly, but it's whether, you know, they can prevail. These guys have played against the likes of the Huntsmen individually, but step-up performance from London, I think that goes without saying. The one thing I will say in London, they had a brand new team. They tried their best, obviously, with as little time as they had. But the one thing I think as well with these guys is they have so much footage of Huntsmen to watch. Huntsmen, they stream all their scrims, they stream so much information, and Toronto, they don't really do as much. You know, I'm not sure whether Huntsmen would be kind of watching Toronto, but I think Toronto, if anything, they have a lot to watch. Whether that's you're watching Huntsmen do so well, it's probably not promising, but you can do your research, search and destroy everything.
You certainly can. We've got our quick scope now, brought to you by the US Air Force. Again, some fun little stats, pieces of information before we roll into this matchup. And the CDL points certainly have is a big difference here between both teams, actually across all 3 of those stats.
Yeah, I think it's very one-sided. Chicago Huntsmen, they're the team to beat at the moment. It seems 70 points leading in the CDL points ranking. Of course, their respawn KD. It does trump Toronto's, but not by a large margin. The search and destroy for me is the big one. But of course, Toronto, they need to go big because, again, I don't think they're playing at the next home series. But overall, Chicago Huntsmen, look at those stats.
There we go, the US Air Force maps and modes now. We'll see what the series will be looking like. It's going to be a Hackney Yard hardpoint, a Piccadilly search and destroy, and then we leave London and we fly across the pond to mainland Europe, or Russia. We're going to be a domination there on St. Petrograd, a double dose of gun runner to finish out the series should we need it. However, the Huntsmen will be looking to close this one out in 3. A massive turn of events has to happen now for Toronto to get their first big win on the board, and against the Huntsmen nonetheless would be amazing for them, but it's got to be plus ultra for Toronto if they're really going to be doing that one. Still, friends, I think it's about time. You've seen the stage, you've had your quickscope, you've had your maps and modes. Now it's time to bring out the players. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands and feet together for the Toronto Ultra.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh, he is flying! Pressure, Looney spots him. Looney going for the 1v2! 4 go down, medals! Lucky, 3 in a row. Oh my goodness!
The Toronto Ultra there on your screen, looking to find their first big win here against the Chicago Huntsmen.
Yeah, on the other side of the stage, you love him, you know him, it's Chicago Huntsmen.
Gonna get caught, but they line up for Scup, and Scup, the king! This is dangerous! 10 in a row. Gunless keeps on rolling, 9. Formal hits the shot. Octane doesn't have to move, he goes, oh my lord!
The Chicago Huntsmen, arguably the fan favorite in the COD League thus far, but hey, anything can change. It's going to be a long season here. Quick talk about one of the star players on this roster, and a roster that's so heavily studded with world champions and champions of their own right. Envoy, the newcomer somewhat to the stage there, and again, he's got Scum, you've got Formal with world championship rings, Arcities as well, Gunless with many accolades to his name, but Envoy, he's yet to lift a big trophy. He's yet to really have that limelight, and he's doing everything he possibly can so far to make that dream a reality. He had a brilliant tournament in London. He's a star-studded player, and in my eyes, possibly the glue that keeps this squad of absolute champions together.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this weekend he will get the chance to lift a trophy. Of course, the MVP, a lot of people kind of dubbed him. He's very confident going into this one. He's got the right people around him. I think he finds himself very comfortable in this team, and rightly so. You've got some legends sat around you, world champions, but his stats are really kind of showing for themselves. You know, he's the one that people are looking at, and I think that comes as a surprise to some people. You know, you've got some star-studded players, some A-list celebrities, if you like, on either side of him. But Chicago Huntsmen, certainly one to watch. First game of the tournament, we're going to be going into Hardpoint, and it's going to be Hackney Yard. It's going to be exciting, and I am so ready to see this unfold. The question is, have Toronto got what it takes to take on such a powerhouse?
Yeah, we'll find out. Hackney Yard Hardpoint up first. We are ready to rock and roll into this one, friends. Scum, Formal, Arcities, Envoy, and Gunless of the Chicago Huntsmen going up against Classic, Methods, Looney, Bans, and Cammy of the Toronto Ultra. Tomatoes, Chicagos, whatever you want to call them, as we roll into this series, it is going to be a humdinger. Let's get into it, friends. Right off the rip, into the hardpoint we go. Watch for control of spawns, that top and side of your minimap. A three-man push for the Toronto Ultra, looking to battle their way through, and it is going to work out. Formal can only take so many of those players down, and now the break happens. Watch those top right-hand side minimap. Those arrows are going to be dictating the pace of this match and the start of the next hardpoint as well. So without further ado, the Toronto Ultra straight onto the point. They're trying to overwhelm the backside now, but again, the spawns have just come out for the Chicago Huntsmen, and Formal, Scump, and Envoy have answered back.
Oh, well, going into this one straight away, Hardpoint Hackney is not the best for either team. 0-1 for Chicago, they lost it to Paris, but even worse for Toronto. 0-2, they lost that one to Minnesota and Paris themselves. So again, interesting to see how this one's come around with, of course, the picks and the bans, but 21 points to the good for Toronto Ultra as Methods finds Scum, but the rest may fall here as Formal in there swimwear with his M4, and he's looking good.
So far, so good. Arcities up top on the outside there by scaffolding, taken down by a nice nade. Envoy on point, we cut down. Methods finds a whole load in there on the point, including a teammate. Immediate rotation now. 10 seconds to the next hard point opens up. And on the Huntsmen, they have control of the right-hand side of the map. They have control of the tire shop. That's going to be your next hard point. And on the flip, Arcities will get the first few seconds. A solid start for Toronto Ultra. But this hard point is going to be very, very difficult to break into.
Yeah, and this is Arcities' kind of home turf. You know, give him an assault rifle, give him some range between you and the enemy, and he is going to go to work. Formal's found himself a nice little car bomb there. He's going to have to hit that respawn, but Cammy trying to take some names. Give us a wave, Cammy. He's going good. He's going well. 4 kills as he finds himself now pushing in. The Huntsman, though, on the defense. And Envoy, you sick man. Taking down Methods' his head like that. My goodness, give the man a break.
Keeps the kills are coming. Formal now on top of the wall there. He's going to be making sure that no one makes their way out of that middle B position. Can't get the kill there on the Classic. A little bit of help from Bance, and now the push from the back end of the map. Again, the next hard point after this one will be Smokestacks. Right in the center there, a little bit towards the left-hand side. Very open area. But this has been a good hold from the Huntsmen. They've got themselves that 40 points, looking for another 15 more, as Toronto have given this one up, and they're going to set up in that mid-map position.
Yeah, we saw obviously the keys to victory. One of the things was Looney, Methods to go big, be the stars that they are already. Looney, 10 kills to his name, leading the pack right now for Toronto Ultra. And he's trying to find number 11. He will do, and there it is. Envoy will go down. He's going to have to reload, though. Not a bullet in the chamber here as 55 seconds remain. Cammy's going to be tucked away and getting some points on the board. But so far, so good as we kind of get our way, tippy-toe our way into the middle of the map here. We don't see Toronto trying to fight back, and 4 kills to good. Formal and Gunless have other ideas, though. 35 seconds left on Smokestack, and this is where you're going to start to see Chicago kind of set up around those offices. And we are actually seeing Toronto not only get all this hill time, but they're rotating well. Methods is on fire, and now, finally, we see Cammy get taken down.
This is Method's 5th kill in a row right there. He's going to keep this play going, and that's a nice bit of time in the bag now for Toronto Ultra. They're also doing what they can. This position Methods is in now. This is the next hard point. So he's setting up with those kills, allowing his teammates to find as much time as possible. And here we go. A big play from Envoy in through the bottom end of the shot, but he can't get it done. Methods taking care of business there in the office. He's going to keep that play going as he finds kill number 7. And we talked about him being a superstar. He's doing just that now as he's starting to catch up Looney. At the 13 kills of Looney, it's 12 to Methods.
Yeah, you might think right time, right place, but it ain't the case for Methods. This man is calm, calculated, and he's ready to put Chicago Huntsmen on the back foot here. He's got himself an MP5. He's a bit of a flex player himself. He can do it all, and now he's got to find another. Methods going big before taken down, but Methods and Looney now combining for 27 and 12. Incredible stuff. Looney with a double just extends that here, and Gunless and company here. They're trying to break on in. There's only 30 seconds left. Toronto looking kind of spicy.
It's a little spicy indeed. Scump here on the outside of the car park trying to find an entry here. Again, aware of the next hard point, which is going to be right in front of them. You know, the bottom side of the docks building there. In full control right now is going to be Toronto Ultra. Envoy trying to infiltrate his way through. He's snuffed out by Methods. Classic takes care of Scump on the old hard point. Formal now upstairs, unable to do too much except for hopefully find those kills. Ripped apart in a hail of gunfire there by Bance, and Toronto have certainly come to play. Next hard point is about to flip straight into the hands of the Canadians. Can Chicago find those infiltration kills? Can they make the pinch? We have to see something out of them sooner rather than later, as this lead is only getting bigger. As Arcites trying now to find those kills. Nice bit of work as Gunless gets a 3-piece. That's huge. Formal now is going to be able to set up, take care of these players now on the spawn, and it's a complete and total flip. The only player left alive on the point there was Looney. He's now taken care of. They're going to be spawning the other side of the map.
Yeah, and we're actually going to see a small flip here as we do see Toronto push both angles. And honestly, that hard point within the first 30 seconds flipped twice. Incredible stuff. I was about to talk about how Toronto, so typically Canadian, just welcomed them into their home, gave it to them almost. Very polite, but they took it right back, and with 20 seconds left, they're looking to steal them as well. 150 could be the marker here after this, and Toronto Ultra going to the second rotation with an amazing amount of time here. You look at Envoy, 8 and 16. What's going on, buddy? Not a second of hill time either. He's having a struggle, as well as Scump, 7 and 16. Those are two players you want to keep your eyes out for.
Yeah, Envoy manages to turn that around with an insane 3-piece there. The last kill there was going to be Looney, and now we've got a little bit of control going their way. Gunless holds down the right-hand side of the map. Again, we want to see that brick wall line you're looking at on your screen. That will have to become the line that the Huntsmen want to hold. Don't let Toronto cross that. Don't let them get control of the tire shop. Do what they can to keep them in place. Gunless once again, great position. Bance finally able to find the kill. And now Classic punching his way through the front of the hard point. The one battle has been won now for the positions on the hard point. Here comes the flood. It's going to be 2 for Arcites. It's the 3rd there from Scumpy. And this is a good look for the Huntsmen. Back in on the point, back in the time. 30 seconds left on this first hard point. They're able to make a little bit more out of this one. They're going to keep on charging straight into Arcites. He's going to keep getting these kills all day long. That's a good bit of work. They all have spawns as well. This is a great look for the Huntsmen.
Yeah, the Huntsmen have controlled both P1 and P2 here, as they will rotate over, and that is for the second time as well. This is where they've got all their time. They struggled on the next 3 hills, but Arcites just finally will be taken down. Classic will find the MP5 going straight through to Arcites. But with what, 5 seconds left? It's simply not good enough. We will say, Toronto, they're still in the lead right now, but the tire shop is a dangerous place to be here. And as we start to see Scum heat up, it was him and Envoy that we were kind of highlighting, having a bit slow games. Their stunts heat up themselves. Envoy now 16 and 20. And it's interestingly enough, I don't know whether Chicago have kind of changed their playstyle or it's this map and mode particular. Envoy not a second of hill time, and he has ranked 7 on average hill time across the board. So it looks like Arcites is really taking that job.
He certainly is at 25 to 11. He's on a 5 spree now. Better make it a 6. There we go. Great bit of work from Arcites. The kills keep on coming. In the first set of hard points, it was certainly the Huntsmen. They were burning rubber in the tire shop in the second hard point. Now we roll across once again to mid-map. We're going to be looking at smokestacks next, and it is so far so good. This was where Toronto managed to find their first batch of time. This was where they managed to pull the lead back. But right now, with the Huntsmen in the lead, they will have a lot of work to do for them.
But Envoy is the player to watch right now. He's actually just waiting for this hard point to pop, and no one's going to expect him here. All of Toronto are going to be sat here, waiting, looking forward, but Cammy, he smells something different, and Envoy, he's going to get taken down. You didn't see it, but that was a disgusting shot coming in from Cammy, and a very clutch moment maybe to get Ultra back into this game here. They're only down by 40 points, but a multi-kill for Bance will set himself apart. The MP5 not good enough at that range, especially not against Arcites M4 right now.
Bance prime position to be in to cover his teammates. Sadly, does take care of Classic there on the point. No points at the moment there for the players of the Ultra. Now on the point goes Envoy. Finally able to get himself some time. The smoke covering the advance perfectly there from the Huntsman. Ban still on your screen. Now has to get down and dirty with the MP5. Make a play in on point. Looney will take that position in top office as he's doing what he can now to keep the pressure mounting as Chicago. 210 points now, 40 for the win. As Toronto Ultra have just gone quiet here on the second set of rotations.
Yeah, Envoy's really changed this game. He's turned it around for himself. He was sat nearly double negative, nearly neutral now. Arceties, though, the shining star for the Huntsmen, 31 and 15, dropping over a 2.0 with 2 minutes of hill time. Disgusting stuff for Arceties himself now, pushing forward. We are going to see a rotation, and this is where Ultra really kind of came into their own. They don't have that same control anymore, Miles. They're 20 points from being sent home. Not sent home, my goodness. This is nearly off. My goodness.
Just the first map, my friend. Methods, though, with a 3-piece on point. Is that enough to flip? No. Formal and Scum locking down the back end of the office there. Now, Methods with that multi-kill, he's managed to get his boys in on the point. Now he's going to take care of both doors. He's going to find one. Scumpy on the other side. The pre-fire gets it done. Gunless, though, looking for the swift retribution. He finds two. Classic answers back. And once again, it is back and forth between these two teams. There's 30 seconds remaining on this hard point. The rotation has to go down soon for Toronto. They have to battle through this wave of Huntsman players if they want to stand a chance in the map number one.
And Huntsman right now, they're thinking kind of 2-3 steps ahead. They don't want to go too big, but Arceties put an MP5 in his hands and he's still good to go. I don't think he can end it right here because the contest's going to come in, so we are going to see a rotation. Quick check of the minimap, and this is where we see those purple arrows pushing, pressuring over to the next rotation, but it's not going to be there in time. Huntsmen are set up and they are looking fine and dandy with only 8 points needed. Huntsmen are lighting up this kill feed. One push, one pressure from Methods, but it ain't going to happen. 250 is going to come in. And Chicago take number 1 of 5 here, looking strong. It wasn't all fine and dandy, though. Those first couple of minutes, Miles, the pressure was on. But a bounce back sees map number 1 go to Chicago.
Well, it ain't all roses and fine candies for Chicago, as Toronto certainly gave them a run for their money there. A surprise performance, I think, from everyone, but 250 to 203, there's your scoreboards, friends. And if anything, the man of the moment was Arceties, 34 and 16. Absolutely disgusting stuff. Could be an 18-year-old man eyes over here, mate. I can't count. We know that already.
Incredible stuff. And again, we can't really kind of talk about anyone else. Arceties here, the scuff player of the game. It has to go to him. You could make a highlight reel of the plays, but here is a little bit of what was going on. It was Arceties and his M4. And you know what? That man just doesn't stop. We saw 5-kill streaks, 6-kill streaks, and we even saw him there at the MP5 at the end. The man can do it all.
He can certainly do it all. I wonder if he runs extended mags on his M4, if he just sit there in the point.
No, Miles, that's just you.
I would love to see that. Just holding down that lane in the first hard point. Kill after kill after kill. Brilliant stuff from Arceties there. A world champion in his own right. Looking very, very comfortable in the squad. However, that's it. CDL hardpoint done. The first map, Hackney Yard, it's over. It's finished. We don't go too far, though. We'll just go sort of 10, 15 minutes down the road to Piccadilly for the Search and Destroy coming up in just a moment. Here's some respawn stats coming into Atlanta, and again, Waskins sitting at top point alongside Sim at 1.50, and again, a little bit more time to play with as Waskins. He did have that London tournament as well, but that is very impressive stuff nonetheless. No one here from Toronto, and no one here from the Huntsmen.
Yeah, which is interesting, again, because we saw just a couple of weeks ago, Huntsmen take that victory, but of course to get there, they had to play a lot of games. Yes, Waskins was the shining star, and honestly, FaZe were just fantastic. We're going to see more of them a little later on, I believe, actually after this map. But moving forward, obviously we're going to be going into Search and Destroy. I believe we are going to be heading to Piccadilly, but some of those players, incredible stuff. I mean, for me, going to Search and Destroy, this is where Toronto maybe they have to take this. I feel like they go 0-2 here, they go into domination, they go into a very, very tough game. I just don't see kind of a reverse sweep happening. Toronto, for me, they've got to take them out.
It's going to be an interesting series nonetheless. Before we get into that one, we have a quick video to show you about the Spanish side of the Call of Duty League. Of course, it is a worldwide league. Very, very excited to explain to you a little bit more about what's going on the other side of the world. Players from Australia, players from mainland Europe, and of course, players from the North American region, and from Canada. And from Canada, of course, the Spanish COD feature coming up in just a moment, friends. Very, very excited to get into that one. And of course, Phil, it's a worldwide affair, my friends. It really, really is. Well, here we are, friends. This is our Spanish COD feature here at the COD League.
To be honest, in Spain, it's like the people...
Sorry, this one is in Spanish.
In Spanish?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Vale.
La verdad que estoy muy emocionado por la nueva temporada que viene.
Ya que es una experiencia nueva para mí como jugador, salgo un poquito de la zona de confort.
Yo creo que dejamos el listón bastante alto el año pasado y hicimos un muy buen papel al ser el primer equipo español que ya compite contra los mejores del mundo.
Fue un evento muy especial para todos nosotros porque ningún equipo español había llegado a estos niveles.
Nos abre como un mercado a los jugadores y los demás equipos, como por ejemplo ahora Toronto, pueda haberse fijado en nosotros.
Gracias a ello hemos podido posicionar a España en un lugar bastante bonito en el tema del Call of Duty.
Somehow, Lucky, he's at it again.
No creo que tengamos un estilo de juego único, pero diría que sí que nos tomamos todo lo que hacemos muy en serio.
Tengo muchísima pasión a la hora de jugar. Voy con muchas más ganas al enfrentamiento.
Que soy muy agresivo a la hora de jugar. Soy el que trae la agresividad al juego y que trae la rapidez.
Hailing from Barcelona, the Spaniard, medals!
Es mucho más complicado ser jugador profesional en España. No hay tantas organizaciones que apuesten por Call of Duty como apuestan aquí en Estados Unidos.
Los jugadores que se toman esto como un trabajo y en España aún yo creo que es más que algo como un hobby.
Pero la gente española yo creo que realmente lo vive más.
Eso es lo que nos hace tan especiales a la hora de competir.
Lucky's still alive, and you just never know when he has a sniper in his hand.
Yo a las nuevas generaciones de Call of Duty les diría que sobre todo no se rindan con la nueva Franchise League y con los Challengers. Vienen muchas cosas muy buenas para ellos.
Que persigan sus sueños y si tienen talento sobre todo van a llegar sobrados.
Que le echen muchas horas, que esto es cuestión de tiempo. Es cuestión de tiempo, solo cuestión de tiempo.
Metals with one jump tap finds number 2.
Mi meta esta temporada con Call of Duty sería llegar a los playoffs y hacer el mejor papel posible con Toronto.
Yo quiero conseguir mi primer torneo, todavía no he logrado ganar ningún torneo.
Este año pues intentaré dejar a mi gente española en lo más alto.
Truly is a worldly affair here at the COD League. You love to see it, and they want to win. Again, of course, Journey representing FaZe Atlanta here. One of the homegrown heroes, and here we have it. Straight into the search and destroy. We ain't wasting no time. We've got a lot of games to get through today, friends. Here we go. Into map number 2. The Huntsmen win the first one by a solid, what, 49 points, 50 points. We ain't doing the maths no more. But now, search and destroy. Toronto Ultra a chance to bite back. But it's going to be a tough one against the Huntsmen. We've seen what they can do on Piccadilly already. This is going to be a mountain for them to climb.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about a search and destroy Piccadilly. Chicago have played it twice. They've won it twice. They took out OGLA and Dallas. And again, the Dallas was around 11, but OGLA was a little bit of a blowout at 6-2. Toronto have played it once. They've actually lost it once, and that was against London here. So again, stats don't bode well, but anything can happen. There has, of course, been time between these games. A lot of VOD to review, a lot of time to practice. Smokes are going down, pretty standard stuff as we see the snipers come out. Nothing going down just yet, though. Envoy straight through the middle of the map, looking to get into the party. And he's going to be met by an M4, and that's classic.
I think he's 21 as he, so that party was short-lived. He was turned away there. As a sniper in the hands of Formal, we also have a sniper in the hands of Looney. As Classic and Bant find the first 2 kills here. If Looney can find a third, that'd be ideal. Again, Gunless carrying the bomb. Ooh, there he was. That gunfire just tells you to back off, brother. I know you're in there. Vance is trying to find something mid-map. Arstee's again on an offensive play, trying to find these openings as they can make their way forward. And Looney actually takes care of the sniper of Chicago. That goes down. Formal's out, and now it falls down to Arstee's and Gunless. Gunless still has the bomb. He's still making his way in towards the middle of the map. Classic has just made it a 4 versus 1. Gunless. A cornered Gunless is a dangerous thing, but the silver bullet there was Looney's. 1-0 to the Huntsmen. To Ultra, sorry. I'm showing off to a camera up here, I'm sorry, it's just...
One thing I will say, shout out to all our challenger teams as well. I believe we've got the pink wall right in front of us. Legion is...
You can hear him.
I don't even want to get... He's probably losing at this point. Pamaj is trying his best to carry him through the tournament, of course, but he's more than likely losing, dropping a donut. Anyway.
There is so much happening here in this, the Atlanta FaZe home series. There's so much going on.
Always fun.
It's so much fun so far, and there's tons of stuff happening all over the place. Really, the Challengers bracket is taking place right next to us. We've got great games all day long. Either way, in round 2, Miles refocuses as Envoy finds the first blood. Formal puts the sniper away, but Looney did not. 2 players go down now for the Ultra. Envoy will take an early nap as well. It's Classic trying to find something there, bomb in hand as he gets ever so close to B, but there are 2 members of the Huntsmen within extreme proximity of him. Formal's right there, Scump at the very end of the map. Nice stun over the top. It will get the kill. Wonderful assist there from Methods. Formal's up next. If he can find something in this position, that'd be ideal.
Bombs in the hands of Classic, and Looney just found Arstes. Arstes was actually watching the whole cross, and now it enables so much, but Gunless back against the wall here as his teammates will fall. Last alive once again for the Huntsmen. Can Gunless go big once again? Unfortunately, wasn't successful in round number 1, but with Methods having the bomb, Gunless just got tapped. Was that just like a... he just got tapped on the side of the head. He was like, whoa, did I just get shot? I don't know.
It might have been the car exploding nearby him, or just a stray grenade as they were hoping to find some information. But
something you do in a public, just put one bullet in, run away, troll for a little bit.
Spray your team logo on his body.
Yeah, always fun.
Well, a second round to Toronto Ultra, as Chicago have slowed down the pace after that big win in the hardpoint. Now an offensive round for the Huntsmen. Formal 0-2, Arstes 0-2. He can take a nap, I think, after that spectacular performance in map 1. Snipes back out for Formal now. Looney still running the AX50.
Yeah, one thing we talked about, or obviously the keys to the victory, was Methods and Looney like being the stars that they are, and they started off the hardpoint so well. But again, both 3-0 right now in the Search and Destroy, kind of leading here for Toronto. These guys have had so much footage to watch. Maybe Search and Destroy not so much, but Toronto definitely making this a game. Bance with the first blood, Classic with the second, and suddenly the Huntsmen, they're in a bit of trouble here, as we do see the bomb currently being carried. At the very back of the map, that's going to be Gunless. He's got a few kills to his name, but he's the only player of the Huntsmen with more than one.
Yeah, they're really struggling to find these kills. Gunless again. They're going to find those real long shots, but just not enough. Bad positioning there, and Methods is going to immediately cut him down. So the communication, the teamwork is certainly on point so far for the Ultra, and at this stage, you have to be feeling themselves. Scump, snipe in hand, picks up Formals after he takes a dip there, and Envoy is still trying to battle forward. He does manage to secure the bomb. Now with the bomb in hand, trying to make a play happen there. Big shots, able to get the assist, not just yet. Smokes up on the cross. Here comes the play from the Huntsmen as they desperately try to turn this 2v5. Now a 1v5 around. It all comes down to Envoy. Mid-map, he slipped through. It was not a dead silence play, and he will be cut down again. And Toronto Ultra, 3 rounds in a row.
Cammy with the 2 at the end there. You're going to be treated to it as he waves goodbye to the competition. 3-0 so far for Ultra. Did not expect this coming into this one again. Chicago played this twice, and they've won it twice. One which was pretty convincing. Formal and Arstes yet to get off the mark here, but I'm sure that'll change. Methods and Looney, 7-0 combined.
I think, you know, Chicago have just been lulled into a false sense of security, all those nice things that Toronto Ultra said about them. But it wasn't quite enough. I wonder if you can hear that back home.
Legion, please sit down. We have a game on the main stage going on. We're trying to commentate over.
I think his team won a round of Search, so he's a happy bunny. Speaking of bunnies and hopping and whatnot, Bance there, the Bancy Castle doing what you can to stay alive here as Toronto on the offensive round. Now pinned somewhat there in the side. Formal managed to get himself off the donut straight into the kills. We will find the first blood on there to Methods. Snipe still in hand for Looney, yet to go down, as the Snipe's actually been working out quite well. Formal once again sitting there mid by the tube exit. Piccadilly Circus, an exciting place to be if you've ever been to London. Tourists up. Scump though, he's in the wrong part of town. As bad tourism right there as he gets cleaned up by Bance. Straight onto the B site now, we have a chance to get the bomb down for Toronto. Classic finds another kill on a Formal. Brilliant awareness once again, a 4 versus 2 now. As Arstes and Gunless with their backs against the wall.
I mean, just watching this map unfold, I'm getting vibes of when I first watched New York City play this map and they kind of look lost. I mean, Chicago have played this, they've done very well at it, but Ultra, they're getting full map control, they're getting in positions and just making it very easy for them. It's not like they're winning spectacular gunfights or clutching up 1v2. These guys are just winning. These guys are pushing forward, getting those first bloods. I think that was the first round that Chicago got the first blood, and it still doesn't go their way. Cammy closing things out once again, and I mean, even judged by the cams here, nothing too exciting, but we might have to see something pretty special from the Huntsmen to get back into this one.
Yeah. Arstes still sitting on the donut, not where he wants to be.
He just dropped 31 kills.
And he can't get one.
It's a different game mode, you know, you've got to be great at all of them.
Well, here we go. A hope and a prayer and a grenade over the top. Doesn't find a single thing. Gunless, though, slowing down the pace somewhat as Envoy charges through. Looney set up already into the bookshop. He didn't catch that player on the cross. He does not know that player is next to him, so we could see a nice kill here for the Huntsmen if they can get a little closer. And there's Envoy. Oh, my! No! What was that from Looney? Instant replay if we can, that'd be ideal. But Scump now's got to make his way forward, and Looney, the superstar, we made the call, he needed to do it. Scump baited out there as Bance gets the cleanup kill, and now it's a 3v2 Formal on Arstes. Desperately trying to find a play here. 50 seconds to go.
Bans has been fantastic in these later rounds here. Availability for the Dead Silence for Arstees. Does he use it? No. Methods takes him down, and it's all up to Formal. Formal finds one. 2 more to go. Bans, Methods, ain't gonna happen. Ultra looking so strong with the search and destroy here. And it's first blood after first blood after first blood for these guys. The positioning. These guys, they're surprising me, for sure.
Dude, Toronto, they've just got full control of Piccadilly right now. We saw the mini-map. We watched the way as soon as we had Arstees and Formal left in the 2v4 there. They enveloped the remainder of the map. They set up around buses. They give Formal no chance whatsoever in a 1v3 situation like that. And now we're on map point. Toronto Ultra potential here to go 6-0 on the search and destroy. They can close it out now in an offensive round. Envoy on the defense now. The bomb has made its way in towards A. What's Envoy got in the tank? Arstees gets off the donut with a nice nade.
Envoy's going to chuck one as well. And that's going to be a grenade kill too. 5v3. Oh my. Scump finally finds the kill there. I think it was just something in front of him that took him down, but 2 back for Ultra. And suddenly the 5v3 is down to a 3v2 now. Availability for Bans and that Dead Silence. Keep your eyes on him. He's number 9 there on the minimap, right next to one player. He's going to find himself pushing up onto B, but
yeah, Envoy was running his Dead Silence play there as well, as has Bans. They both activated that straight away, so they're going to be looking to move fast across the map, garner information, hopefully find a player sitting out, watching a line of sight. Methods, though, in the back end, he hasn't activated Dead Silence, doesn't have his ready to play yet, so he's looking to find a power position now. Try to provide some Overwatch to Bans. That's big news. He finds Gunless. The shot's out, gives him his position away, but now he has a little bit of help for his teammates.
And this is where Bans needs to make the play, because he's the one who used the Dead Silence, got in and behind, and maybe he can do, but it looks like Huntsmen, they're setting up pretty strong here with only 20 seconds left, though. They need to make a move. Methods go down. 1v3 for Bans. 1v2, 1v1 for Bans. The MVP of Envoy up against Bans for the clean sweep, the 6-0.
It's 10 seconds on the clock.
He's just used his Dead Silence.
He's trying to hunt him down. Round. 4, 3, hunt him down, try to find something. No, mate, the tube's closed. That's going to be a round to the Huntsmen. Honestly, though, that could not have been any closer to becoming a 6-0 there. So that is that's a big win for the Huntsmen. I think Ultra are kind of kicking themselves there. They could have had 6-0.
Yeah, that would have been a 1v3 for the 6-0. It would have been a naughty finish for Ultra. However, they've got plenty of time to still finish this one. A couple of kills going either way, though. Bans, double digits so far.
Here we go. Right off the rip, it's an aggressive start on the defense there for Toronto Ultra. Huntsman looking to hold that line back a little bit. The break through the buses from Envoy. He's managed to clear his way over towards B. The gunfights come down. Envoy, he makes the first blood. He managed to find the one. Now Looney finds Scump. Answers back straight away. Looney, heavy tags, but not able to get the kill. And there we go. Cammy comes through with a brilliant bit of teamwork. Once again, the comms from Toronto have been brilliant. Bans, that was his 10th kill in a row. And now he's put to bed finally. And this is it. Gunless, last player left alive, and again. 1 versus 3. This is to tie up the series. All you've got to do is kill Gunless. It sounds easier than it really is. And Toronto Ultra, they take the search and they tie up the series.
And a round of applause here for Ultra. You hear that? That was just a very, very impressive showing in Search and Destroy. A very happy Marky B welcoming his team and of course tying up against Huntsmen. That's going to be a shock for the Huntsmen again. Yes, of course, going into this I was saying it was a must-win for Toronto in the Search and Destroy. Did I expect Bans to go 11-2, go on a 10-kill streak? Absolutely not. It was a very, very slow start for the Huntsmen, and now going into domination, it really does open a lot of doors up for both teams.
Well, there we go, friends. When we come back after this quick break, we do have a domination matchup. And oh yes, you think you're enjoying it at home? We're enjoying it here. When we come back after the break, more COD League action.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Rule your day with the #1 brand in prepaid.
Welcome back, friends. Our US Army tactical play from the Search and Destroy was going to be final moments of round 7 here in this brilliant 6-1 victory the Toronto Ultra had over Chicago Huntsmen.
I think the important thing as well was every player from Toronto, as soon as they went down, another player just slid in and took that kill. You see that from Cammy trades one out, Methods trades it out there as Arctis finds one, and the numbers were always in their favor. Gunless, poor thing, I think he was last alive 4 times during that Search and Destroy, but with 45 seconds, it was tag from the left, tag from the right, and it was Cammy, I believe, to finalize the Search and Destroy once again. I think he picked up 3-4 final bloods. Is that a thing? I don't know. It is now. But Search and Destroy for Ultra, big thumbs up.
That's one for the stats guys. Final Bloods. I'm sure we have a better name for it, but I like Final Bloods.
Final kills.
Cool. There we go.
Whatever.
When we come into the next match, though, friends, it is, of course, going to be a domination. You know how it works here in the COD League. We do hardpoint, we do search, we do domination. That's how it goes. After this one, though, I think we may be looking at a very, very exciting finish because, again, hardpoint after this, if we have to go the distance, we will have to see a minimum of 1 more map. Again, what a way to do this. Tying things up 1-1. Toronto Ultra. They may be the Jokers of the league, but after this, they might be the Jokers and the Thieves. They've stolen our hearts after that great run. Here's the domination KD so far, and I will say, Methods, we touched upon him, having to be a superstar, having to be the player that really stands out for his squad, and it's looking good, but right below him, Phil, it's Max, it's formal, it's the beast, it's the machine, it's the Piper.
It is indeed. I think the one thing, the common trend is those assault rifles are very good for putting up the slaying side of things. Beezy, though, missed to do it all, 1.22, but definitely keep your eyes out for the ARs coming into this one. Just to check up on our bracket, though, we saw our first game of the day, Røkkr take out Legion 3-1 as Legion now go down into the loser bracket again. 1 more loss, and that's a very poor weekend. Royal Ravens move past Mutineers with a convincing 3-1 victory. I think they, what was the map they lost? I think it was Domination.
It was Domination Petrograd,
yeah. They went 2-0 up.
Yeah, Domination Petrograd, they managed to keep it alive, keep it together. That's what we'll be seeing on this map as well. It will be a Domination Petrograd coming up next. Again, we've left London. Everyone's had to hand over their passports to border control. They managed to slip into Russia. And now we sit on a Petrograd Dom. And again, for Ultra, a must-win. What it will do for their confidence, what it will do for their entire game, just to transform the performance they've had. It's not been great at launch weekend. It wasn't great in London, but so far, so good against the Huntsmen. Phil, quick predictions?
I'm going to go with the Huntsmen on this one. I think it's hard not to on the respawns. I definitely didn't see, I mean, touching, when I say respawn, I didn't see the Search and Destroy being that convincing. I didn't even see it going that way myself. But we see a series. We see another game which will be pushed to 4 minimum. Do not rule Ultra out. The confidence that must be oozing through this team right now must be a fun feeling for Ultra. But Huntsmen, they have a lot of firepower. You start looking at Arctis, the way that he started map #1, but for me, again, Envoy started slow map #1. We know what he can bring to the team, that presence as well. The King Scum, let's see what he can do as we get into domination on Petro. And we jump on board with Methods.
Petrograd Domination is one of the most incredibly fast-paced domination maps we will play here in the COD League. It's so deadly. We watch these players immediately overextending, trying to find those players at B, trying to find the home flag grabs. B closely contested, Looney taken down there. We're going to see the Huntsman slowly build that progress. Methods, I mean, that stun could not have hit him any more in the face if it tried. With that, he's going to be held back as his teammates fall around him. Arctis line up to find a kill. Scump trying to hit the flank here. And Methods, oh, he finds 2 there from the steps. Just peeks up, finds a couple. Now he's going to back down. Try to find that mid-map presence once again. Look for these players now on the Huntsman, trying to make the wrap. It's going to be Envoy, looking to find the damage there towards the A flag, and he actually will. On the other side of the map, Toronto now trying to go towards C flag, trying to attack the home flag of the Chicago Huntsmen. Where will we go from here? As Envoy neutralizes A, takes care of the points for Ultra, and gives his team the advantage.
And now he's going to hit a quick rotate, or try to, before getting taken down. That's going to be Cammy. But for a brief moment, that's a 2-0 flag count, and we see Huntsman 17 and 8. These points can get a little out of hand. We've seen domination already. We've seen it already today. Keep your eyes out on the top middle. Of course, you'll see those field upgrades, the dead cells, the trophy systems, and when they're available. One thing to take into consideration, no longer a 6-minute round, it is a 5-minute round. We'll guide you through all the action as Methods takes out Formal, Methods takes out Gunless, and Methods Panzer trophy system as well.
It does, and he's about to neutralize C, give it to the hands of the Toronto Ultra, but Envoy on the flank cut down immediately by Cammy there. You can see that right-hand side of the map by tracks. That's where they're trying to make the play. Cammy from up high here. That rooftop position, there's one mirroring it on the other side of the map there on Cafe. It's a power position to be in, if ever we've seen one. Scump slides on out of spawn and straight into... Oh, what was that? Cammy hit the shots, man. Scump just obliterates him, gives him a short back and sides. Now Methods, pressure is mounting towards C, tries to find something. His teammates have dropped all around him, and C is going to go back to Chicago.
Disgusting stuff we've seen already. I think that tree got in his way there. A few branches getting in the way, but Scump finds another. That's going to be onto Looney. 7-1 for Methods. The kills are certainly there for Methods. They need to translate that into points, and from flags, you'll get points right now. B is getting changed hands. He's been neutralized for a second, so both home flags are in the hands of their team. Envoy finds 2, Envoy finds 3, and now it's OBJ as he finds himself on the point. Can he find 4? Not going to happen. He's going to dip out. He's going to keep himself alive, and I like this. It's a smart play, and he's going to be rewarded with the
almost.
I tried. I really tried to drag that one out.
At this point in time, though, it's very, very tough scenes for the Toronto Ultra. They are being hammered here. This is a real pummeling, a pounding, and a pushback towards whatever spawn they can find at this stage, and it seems to be the bottom of the map. A, B, and C in their control for so long was the Huntsmen. They've managed to now get out. They've slipped out of the iron grip of the Chicago Huntsmen and managed to get themselves back onto A. Now is a chance for them to desperately pull this one back, because the lead's starting to get a bit ugly. 20-odd points will be the lead for Chicago as they battle their way through the map. And again, up top, above the restaurant is Cammy, cooking up a storm as he's desperate to try to make the way in towards B. Checks left, checks right, there's no one there. There's Formal, up and above, great shots to get rid of him. All the way over to A, or to C he goes, but he's about to run into a few members of the Huntsmen on the defense there.
Yeah, and I mean, going into this game, we've actually not seen Toronto play this map and mode combination. Chicago, though, we've seen it played twice, and both have been a very convincing victory. Again, Paris, Dallas, it was 215 to 110 against Paris, and a 40-point lead against Dallas themselves. But I mean, this is, again, so far so good. But again, we're going to see lower points with those shorter rounds. But so far, for the Huntsman, it's looking like another strong showing. Methods 4-kill streak for him, 13 kills to his name. I know there's a lot of Call of Duty going down here, there, and everywhere, it seems. But we've got all the stats for you, and we'll keep on shoving them down your neck.
Here we go. Methods. Kill number 14. That's his 5th in a row. Runs out in a Formal to end the streak there. That was a lovely bit of work, but not enough to get C flag. B, though, still sitting in the hands of the Huntsman. Looney doesn't have any backup here at mid-map. He's all alone, waiting for the cavalry to show up. Takes care of Formal, doing what he can to stay on point. 10mm rounds there in the MP5 ringing out. The crossfire, though, the positioning there from the Chicago Huntsmen, just unstoppable as they make sure that mid-map and Lion is well and truly still clearing their way. Ooh, bounce, that was cheeky. Takes care of Arstes. Is that enough to get mid-map? Is that enough to buy them the space? They're not willing to capture B just yet. They want to make sure they make Hazmat building more theirs. That's where they want to be pushing forward. The gate is such a difficult position to make kills from for Scumpy, but he makes it look easy. And now you're just charging forward. You have to see something from Toronto. You have to see them take more control of mid. Yeah. And it just ain't happening.
It really isn't. And as we come to the final 10 seconds here, the one player that really has stood out is Envoy. 14 kills, only 8 deaths. He's really been a shining star. 1,800 damage in just one round. And Toronto, they're down by nearly 50 points here. You go into the second side, they've got to be strong, they've got to be dominant, they've got to replicate exactly what Huntsman did. They've got to go for those neutralizations, they've got to go for that triple cap eventually, potentially. But I don't think it's going to be easy, not the way that Envoy's playing right now. Highlighted a beautiful triple there.
Yeah, he didn't have the greatest hard point on Hackney Yard, he did not have the greatest search and destroy on Piccadilly, but he's looking all right here on Petrograd in the domination. Now, if we do have to go, well, we will. We go to the next hard point. Interesting to see if Toronto can keep it close with the momentum that Huntsmen are building right now. But again, we go into the second round, another 5 minutes on the clock, and a chance for Toronto to get back into this.
Smoke's going down, grenades will fall, MP5 at the hand. So within the first 3.5 seconds, Envoy has utilized 3 different things. Oh. He's made a 4th kill and is suddenly across the map. And my goodness, he is like a magician, it seems. But Methods, he's been the one person really slaying and putting himself in those preferable positions. A nice double kill, but again, we've seen the kills before, Miles. We need the flags. That's the point right now. Kills, it only gets you so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of caps on the side of Ultra. There's 8 in total. I mean, that's not enough. You need to be capturing more flags. And we talked about Petrograd can be so fast. You want to be hitting the enemy flags as much as you possibly can, but it's just testament to how strong the defensive lines from Huntsmen are. They're so good at watching their flank. They're so good at making sure that no one gets through and causes any problems. Over towards C-side we have for the Ultra. Now Bance up top, trying to find something here. He's just going to find a lot of gunshots in the back. His teammates will find the kills are on the play at the gate. So again, mid-map, still in the hands of the Huntsmen. There's nothing decisive enough yet from Toronto to break that hold on mid and actually capture the B flag. Try again they will as they beat their heads against a brick wall at this point in time, but Classic has managed to slip through towards A. A solid bit of time on the board now, and that's going to be bad timing as Formal and Envoy. They clean up those players there on the point, but they will capture A for now. Yeah, and that will give him a couple of points. We see Formal on a 5-kill streak. Strong stuff from him so far. But C will change hands, and we talk about when we go into the half exactly what Toronto needs to do, or the losing team need to do to come back. As that doesn't happen and the time ticks away, it's like a double-edged sword. It really just goes from bad to worse, and this is what we start to see because Toronto get more and more desperate, and Huntsmen get more and more comfortable right now as they start to rip and shred apart Toronto. 127 and counting. They're going for a neutralization on the home flag. Not going to get it as a clutch grenade comes in from Bance, but the kill feed will still be in favor of Chicago. This has been a very strong showing here on Domination. 3 minutes left and a very strong lead. Very, very strong lead indeed. I mean, Arcites is continuing to perform those respawn dominance. 14 and 12 right now, 22 and 14 for Envoy though. He has certainly sprung to life. He desperately needed something special on the hard point, and he's got it here in the Dawn. Better late than never, I say. And B, we're looking like a little bit of Toronto love here on towards the B flag. Cammy trying to clean out the back end of blue. And again, just trying to buy some space here on mid-map, but the Toronto offensive stopped in its tracks there by the Huntsman defense. Classic finds his 8th kill of the map, slow for him, but again, doing what he can on the flag work, as is Cammy, 4 caps each. 6 for Arcites, however, and a 5 for Envoy and Gunless. It's just more mobile for the Chicago Huntsmen. They're able to make the plays, able to dictate the pace as and when they want it. And it doesn't seem to be a problem for them winning the fight for mid. It really isn't. You said 6 caps there for Arcites. It's actually on a 7-kill streak as well. So objective, slaying power, 17 and 12 as he continues his dominance here. Scump's on a nice little triple. He's looking to make it 4. Dead Silence in the bag as well as he just finds another Formal. Finds 2. Scump finds a double. And again, the headshot coming in. So deadly. 90 to 161, and with less than 2 minutes on the clock here, the Huntsmen, they've got the heels dug in, and they are not going anywhere. They're looking so strong on this domination, and like I said before, I mean, going into this one, they look strong. They had all the stats coming into it. They've already beat Paris. They've already beat Dallas on this map and mode combination already. It looks like Toronto will be added to the list. That's all right. It's the first time Toronto have seen them play this in a tournament setting, or at least in the COD League, and now it just seems to be all about formality, running through padding the stats, climbing up that domination kills leaderboard. And certainly leading the charge for the Huntsmen. It is going to be Envoy. 25 and 16. He has been an absolute force to be reckoned with here on the map. A 77-point difference between these two teams. I mean, you got to hold a trip cap for what, 2 minutes to get like 70 points? I think it's over. I think it may be done, Phil. About a minute ago it was over. But it's okay. Minute ago? It's okay, because one thing we can talk about is how well Huntsmen have shown what they're capable of. Arcites actually went on a 9-kill streak there, finally got ended. But Envoy, in the hard point, he did start slow, as did Scum. In the domination, not the case. Scum currently 20 and 15, Envoy 27 and 17, with a combined plus 15 between them. I mean, look at the kill feed. It's the 2 men we're talking about right now, and the MP5s are glowing. Methods might have the one up on that one with his assault rifle, but at this point, 30 seconds left. It's a done deal, and we talked about it in our first series. This is where you're just like, you're hyped, you're motivated, and you are just going to town, and you're trying to pad those stats, you're trying to put that confidence through your teammates, and also put the doubt through those enemies as well. You know, you guys want to absolutely bury the competition. This is the time to start shooting bodies. This is a warm-up for the hard point now. I mean, this is really, if it was over, what, 2.5 minutes ago? 200 points now passed for the Chicago Huntsmen. Kills are plenty for them, and an absolute dominant display here in Map 3 domination for them. They will take the lead in the series 2-1. And we roll into a hard point next. And it might have been the 3rd time that they played that, but that was actually the most convicting victory that we've seen them on that map and mode. So the more they play it, it seems like the better they get. Of course, the search and destroy, that's the big question right now. That was a very big shock to me, Miles. I don't know about you, but I did not expect the Huntsmen, who have just won London, to come here and kind of get bodied in that search and destroy. If we were to see a second search and destroy in this series, I'd expect better from them. But are we going to see that second search and destroy? Judging by their respawns, it's looking so strong. But here's the scoreboard and all the stats to go with it. 24 and 15 for Scump, 20 and 14 for Formal, 21 and 15 for Arcites. disgusting stuff coming out of the Huntsmen there, who certainly had a tremendous advantage going into that domination game, and they really showed it all the way through. Now they're a hard point. And I believe we got a gun runner. I'm probably making that one up.
I think it is gun runner.
I think we got a gun runner now for the hard point, and that's going to be a very interesting run altogether. We have seen the Huntsmen on that map as well. We have seen Toronto Ultra on that map, I believe, and it is going to be a real bout. This is match point for the Chicago Huntsmen. For Toronto, backs are certainly against the walls now. This is it. They've got to dig deep. They've got to go all the way, because if they can force the Game 5 search and destroy after what we saw on Piccadilly, that's a pretty good look for Toronto, eh?
I just think we've got a warmed-up scump now. We've got a warmed-up envoy, and these guys, I think, are going to go to town. I think a point to prove after map 1. If we're going by the theme of today, it seems like map 4s are just where it's at. We've not had Ben and Chance cast. Of course, that is guaranteed Game 5, as always. That's coming up next. But for these guys, Chicago, I think, the heavy favorites going into the series. When you talk about hard points, certainly the heavy favorites going up against Toronto. But we saw what they could do on that first hard point. We saw a very, very close game. For a large majority of that game, Ultra actually led there. Good rotations, very, very well played from the likes of Methods, Looney. I need to see the same from Ultra and those two individuals.
We do indeed. On the other side of the board, though, we have a big tweet from Arcity's brother, Pristini, who's been talking about his brother online. He says, Mum's already worried about Alec and I playing each other LMFAO. What does that mean? Too early in the morning for all that, as of course. The twins have been separated. It's been a kind of continuing theme here in the COD League of twins playing together, being brilliant, finding success, and then separating and maybe being reunited a bit later on in the season. Who knows? We saw Waskins and Scraps get separated for a while, but Arcity's, he's managed to get himself onto a solid roster. Difficult scenes for Pristini, obviously, today. But Arcity's got no esports because of a football concussion.
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Learning stuff every day. I thought I knew everything there was to know about Arcity's, but here I am. Learning why he got into esports. Love to see it. Anyway, game is getting ready. We're about to jump into map number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have missed any of the games, we're 2-1 up for Chicago. We are seeing Ultra try and push this to a game number 5. It is going to be gun runner miles. You guessed right here. And we're going to see some hot-headed MP5s. I want to see rotations on point. I want to see timing down to perfection. But I do need to see maybe some of the other Ultra players kind of step it up. The likes of Classic, Cammy. We saw Bansby great in the S&D. I'm looking at the two Cs, Classic and Cam. Give me something special.
Here we go. Into the hard point. Match point for Chicago. Toronto now have to dig deep. It's time to go plus ultra, boys. Onto the point we go, right in through middle. Arcity's going to be hitting the right flank. Here comes the concussions. The stuns up over the top. He's going to find a little bit of information there and a kill to open the bow up. Arcity's an L-boy. It's an absolute ripper of a start here for the Huntsmen, and Arcity's really leading the charge. Formal finds 2 on the other side of the map, and that's it. Mid-map purchased. However, solid spawn position now for the players of Ultra. They spawned on that side of the map. They started things off there. It's an inherent advantage to begin with.
Oh, it certainly is. And again, going into this, I'd like to outline what we've seen from both teams already on the map and mode. And we've actually seen both teams play this, be successful, and take defeat on this one. Chicago Huntsmen currently sit 3-1, as Gunrunner Hardpoint is the map and mode. And Ultra currently 1-1. Significantly less, but again, that's what happens when you reach a final and you go all the way. You're certainly going to get more time on LAN. On that main stage here is crazy enough. Look at the amount of points that's been collected, just 3 miles. Make it 4, 5, oh my goodness.
It keeps on going up. There we go. With the Huntsmen now starting to take the reins, looking to battle towards the back there for spawns. Let's have a quick Astro listen in with the Chicago Huntsmen.
No, he got me front door. Front door.
He ran away.
He's gonna come back.
Smoke mid tracks. I went water.
Not rock. I'm going top again.
I jumped in the smoke. I got one. I'm one shot.
Bathroom Nick, weak.
I just left him.
Back left. Spawn. Fuck. Back left. He's water tower.
So, fork him dead.
Yeah, water tower.
One hill.
The back, guys. I'm staying alive at the back.
Everyone
Back right hill, Looney. One shot back right hill, Looney. One shot hill, Looney.
Back left, one shot, or back right, one shot.
Pop up. He's going front door.
Yeah, he got me top.
Slow down and work it together.
Yeah, I'm hitting left.
I'm flashing back there.
Mid tracks Nick, one shot.
Huntsman comms clear. They hold the line there for the time being. As Classic just finds 4 kills in a row. That was absolutely disgusting, sitting at 7 and 5 right now. And I must admit, Toronto, they've held the early advantage they were given by spawning on that side of the map. And now the rotation is underway with 20 seconds remaining. The Huntsmen gearing up for the minecart.
Well, Classic and Cammy were the two that I said we needed more from right now. They're doing great. 6 and 7 for both of them. Not much time on the hill, but when you're picking up the kills, the other teammates can do that, right? As we see rotation go down, this is going to favor the Huntsmen, but we are seeing 3 players push through.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a team grenade potential. Uh-oh. Bada bing, bada boom. See you later, classic. Cammy goes down as well. And Huntsman, they'll be looking comfortable now going into Cole. Holding tight, Arstees with an MP5 in his hand. Mr. Do It All. A flex player in his own right, so we saw him already. Be great with the MP5. He's going to find himself two, though. He's going to be in trouble. And I'll tell you what, sliding behind those cars, very good positioning, very, very good cover.
I mean, you just look at these perfect pieces of cover set up in front of you, those mine cars full of coal, just absolutely brick wall of defense right now, and Gunless is going to find 3, Scump on 1. That's brilliant work from the Chicago Huntsmen. It does not get better than that, my friends. They just keep the kills coming. Gunless is watching inside of pipes. Scumpy's taking care of the players in the front line. Again, the angles that the Chicago Huntsmen have right now are great. And not only that, with 20 seconds remaining on this hard point, they've already made their way across map, and they're already getting ready for the next one. This is looking fantastic for Chicago.
Yeah, and you're talking about that rotation already. Arstee's not only rotating early, but picking up kills early as well, so this is favoring them. However, scrap time looks like it's going to Ultra. Envoy is just going to take 2 players down. That's Bance and Cammy, and leave those 5 points going to absolutely nobody. But as we head to the crates here, we are going to see Huntsman with the favorable spawn.
I said it was going to be fantastic, and it wasn't quite just that, as Toronto Ultra have bitten back. Here we go. A mid push coming out of the way of Chicago. They're going to have 2 players make their way through mid. The forest is about to get real dark and deep and ugly, and the kills come through. Bance, immediate trades, but Gunless, he stays alive for long enough to get rid of the players on the point. It forces Methods now to relocate forward. He has to bring the AR to the gunfight. Looney holds down the side of the boxes. Cammy now reinforces, and Toronto have just absolutely dived this one forward. Great bit of work as Methods and Classic keep the run going. 3 in a row now for Methods. And the clock keeps on ticking for Toronto.
And this is the perfect timing. With 25 seconds left, you want to not only collect the points, but push forward. And Huntsman are spawning out. The kill feed's purple. And there is going to be some important gunfights going down. Look at this player. It's none other than Bance here as he tries to trickle his way around. If he can stay alive, this will be crucial. But he's going to make some noise dropping down. The doors are opening and he's thinking, did I do that? Who did that? I don't know. But Ultra, they're going to be rotated early. They're going to have the power positions. And again, this is another strong start in hardpoint. The question is, can they keep it up? They weren't able to do so on Hackney. Is it going to be a different story here on Gunrunner?
Where they're lining up. The shipping warehouse is now Toronto's. A nice kill from Scump opens it up. Classic gets taken care of at the back end of the doggy door. Looney's up next. Pushed back by the ferocity of Chicago as they surge forward. In from behind, that's going to be it. Gunless. The numbers are dwindling on point now for Chicago. It comes down to Bance. He can't get any more than 1 so far. He's on the back foot. He almost gets 3 there as Formal makes his way in from behind. But Classic, he keeps the dream alive. Solid hold from Toronto. Big, big work from them. And you have to see the play from Chicago keep developing. They've got to keep going, but Classic's heating up.
16 and 9 for Bance, make it 17 as he finally gets taken down, dropping a 1.7 as it stands. But with a 50-point lead right now, Ultra, they need to keep this momentum going. They need to push this to a search and destroy. If not, it could be a very sad affair. Methods, though, as you see on your screen, already thinking not 1, not 2, but maybe 3 or 4 steps ahead here. Just tucking himself in a nice little corner. And we're going to soon see this unfold. I just want to tell you, the hard point's in the middle. That's okay. We're going to jump back to someone in the action. I like that. But highlighted one thing I will say. Like I said, it's not 1 or 2 steps ahead. He's thinking so far ahead, another 60 seconds ahead, Miles. And look at the spawns. Toronto are going to be rewarded with this. Now, can Methods get in the action, pick up some kills? The answer, absolutely.
Yeah, the most important thing there for Methods being at the back, once he saw his teammates spawn close to him, he was like, we got this, baby. This is good time for us. Okay, you got to finish the kills in. You got to figure, you know, one of the funniest players in the league, but you gotta bring the thunder when it matters, brother friend. Oh, what a nade that was on a Gunless right over the top. And
look at the kill feed.
The kills, it's just all Toronto. They've not stopped. 20 seconds left. Now, they have to be careful, though. Envoy, the sneaky is Arcee's actually. He's made his way through mid. He got cut down. Bance upstairs. He's going to clean out the top of the crates. He's gunning for a few more. Gunless will get him. But this is great work from Toronto. They're holding the middle of the map. When they respawn, they're respawning in the next hard point. None of this is bad news, as Classic finds 2. Gunless is still driving the spear forward, but Bance buying as much time as possible for his team, and every single kill counts. This is all great news for Toronto.
And let's not forget, Bance was the player that was brought off that subs bench, and he's making a huge impact right now. Plus 6 for him, 21 and 15, as he starts to go big. And again, this rotation. You look at the spawns, you might think it favors Huntsman. A flood coming through from Ultra. Is it going to be enough? You can spawn them right at the back, but Ultra, they're going to be pressured, they're going to be pushed back, and the kill feed's going to change hands. Huntsman now with 30 seconds seconds left. They'll be looking to take every single second here, get this a little closer. Methods, though, trying to push forward, waiting for his teammates. The M4, of course, not the best up close and personal. He's going to send Cammy in with the MP5 to see what he can do.
Cammy trying to find an opening in the back. Looney's going to get 2 on point. That's Arstees in the back end. Great win from Cammy. Straight through he goes. Gunless, though, up next. Perfect timing on Gunless to stand up. Oh! Cammy takes the top of his head clean off. And that's going to be the final 10 going the way of Toronto. And that nade from Classic, we're about to say the rotation's all good. It looks like the Huntsmen have got it.
Look where the Huntsmen are spawning. They're getting split spawns because we're not seeing him get any scrap. We're not seeing him control the spawns. There's one player flanking right round, and that's going to be Envoy. Currently sat at 16 and 20. And that one push has given them the favorable spawns. Now they have to break on it. It's all well and good getting the spawns miles, but the other team sets up on these minecarts, and it's not easy. However, Huntsmen do break through, and with 45 seconds left, this is the time for them to get back into the game. They need to lock it down. They need to do it now.
It's got to happen. Arstees, that was almost a massive 2-piece to take care of those players on point. Scump throws a Hail Mary up over the top, doesn't find much, but the shots are there. Can he find the third kill? Scumpy! He gets 3! Methods is up next. He will go down in the end, but Scumpy's disgusting 3-piece there is keeping Chicago in this. They're keeping them on the point. 20 seconds now remain. Got to think towards the next hard point. Once again, spawns for Chicago are solid. The back warehouse there. Now they're going to make their way in onto the point. Try and find as much time as possible. No one going for new just yet. And it is Gunless on the point now, still contesting, doing what he can to prevent Toronto getting as much time as possible.
I mean, crossing that 200 mark is a little bit of a mess with the brain, if you like. 201 to 128. New hard point is up, but no one's there. We're going to see Toronto start to push from the train tracks. Huntsman from the forest. We see Gunless slide on in. Grenades are going down. The trophies will surely follow. But a kill feed that lights up white. It's going to be the Huntsman to open things up. Methods, you can't rule him out. 17 and 60, make it 18 on a 3-kill streak over a minute at hill time. Methods trying to lead the charge with a multi-kill now.
Trophies in place there on the point. It's going to slow this down somewhat, but it's not going to stop Methods. He's still up top. The Huntsman in the forest. It's formal. He's going to be taking care of Snow White as he gets him from up top, and this is it from Gunless, pushing his way forward. A little bit of backup as Formal slowed down by Bance. This is it. This is the beginnings of some magic here from Toronto. They managed to hold them back in forest. They've held them back in mid. 15 seconds remain on the point, and you have to give it to Toronto. They keep on holding.
They really are. Classic and Cammy. These were two players that really needed to make an impact. Classic currently leading in the damage. 3,200, 27 and 23 for him. He's doing incredible so far. They need 18 points. Rotation favors Huntsman, but I will say they need 120 points to take this, whereas Ultra, they need maybe one break, a nice clean sweep, and they're good to go.
Can they get the one break, though? Bance, once again, looking for those heroics from the back end of the warehouse.
Dead Silence popped.
He's got Dead Silence. He's going in. Is he going to choose the window? He's going to have a 1v1 against Gunless. Gunless gets the kill. He may have just saved his team for the time being. There's no one at the front end. Brilliant stuff from Gunless. He loses that fight. The map is done. Looney, though, he has picked up the pieces where Bance was just a moment ago. Going for the top play. Peeking in through the window. What's he got? No eyes on anyone yet. Once again, creeps through. No Dead Silence. He finds one kill in the play at the front. Bance is on point. Is this it? Is this going to be it for Toronto? No, they've been slowed again.
It's been broken. 18 seconds. They can technically finish it right here if no break comes through. Cammy, Classic, they both combine for 2. This is where we start to see a desperate Huntsman try and push through. Rotation's already been set through from Looney. He's thinking ahead, but with 4 seconds left, I think we might see a rotation, but is he going to be enough? We're going to the middle. We don't even need it. Ultra take the hard point, and we're going to see a game 5, 250 to 162. A convincing victory. No wonder Bance is giving him. Don't know whether he's giving himself a round of applause. He's giving Cammy and Classic a round of applause. What a team effort. My goodness.
Gotta love it. Toronto. Is there a chance? What a series this is. Is there a chance for Toronto to take it? Game 5, and we come back after the break. This is the COD League.
We trying to get hype. We trying to get hype. trying to get hype. We trying to get hype.
It's game 5 time here at the FaZe Atlanta home series. We have one hell of a series still underway and now about to finish in a very climactic way. We've got the Toronto Ultra 2-2 against the Chicago Huntsmen. Ooh, it's a good one. No one had anyone picked Toronto win this, or even coming close to winning this. We thought it was going to be a 3-0 from top to bottom. It is not, my friends. Take a look at those stats. It was not a good look for the Chicago Huntsmen there on gun runner hardpoint in map number 4. And here we go into the 5th. Ooh, give it to me.
I'm ready. Bance, though, 33 and 26 for me. Bance is playing out his mind. He was fantastic in the first Search and Destroy. I'm hoping for great things as well. And one of the things kind of going back, and we were lucky enough to kind of check social media, one of the things Bance apparently did during that hard point was he let 3 players run straight past him just to win spawns. Not about the kills. He's got 33. He's got plenty of them already, but Bance is playing out of his mind. But checking the bracket so far, Royal Ravens, of course, won the first against Mutineers. Røkkr, of course, advanced. We're in game number 3 already. It seems to be flying. We've got plenty more ahead of us. But winner of this will take on the Minnesota Røkkr. If it's Ultra Miles, are we getting the Battle of the North again?
We get a rematch for the Battle of the North. Currently, the Røkkr are holding the crown, the sort of the title, if you will. But after this one, for a place in the semi-finals, what a way to do it that would be. Huntsmen, though, I mean, this is a time where we saw the faces after the matchup. These guys have been here time and time again. These are world champions. They've been at the absolute highest of the highs, the lowest of the lows. Where does this sit for them? An expectation for them to go into this map and absolutely destroy Toronto. It is not working out. How quickly do those toys go out of the pram? Can they get them back in there? Can they get back on the wagon? We go back into Gunrunner for map 5.
I've been so impressed by the individuals of Ultra and the way that they're playing. And again, I must highlight this. Bance was brought off of the bench. This was not a starter for the CDL. This was a player that was put on the bench, has now been transitioned into a starting lineup, and now he's kind of excelling in that. You know, I did say when Ultra picked up 10 players, that's so much competition. Like, you've never got a safe spot. You've always got to be performing.
But the best thing was having 10 players like that. I mean, you can scrim Search and Destroy against yourself.
Yeah.
You can improve that squad so much. Either way, here we go. Into the Search, friends, right off the rip.
No, we don't need to watch Gunless.
It's going to be a Huntsman. It's going to be a Huntsman offensive round. RCD's tags up few with that stun. He goes from a concussion in football to concussions to the other team. Great timing on the peak there. Using the door to his advantage, but Cammy's going to get the kill, and Scump answers back immediately. A possibility for a second. Gets out with his life. Scumpy so nimble. Scumpy so quick. He stays alive for the time being. Now it's a 4v2. Toronto have not looked as dominant as they have done on Piccadilly so far, but Gunless, again, has not left his spawn. He has been here since the start of the round.
It's the miner himself. Oh, one voice, wrong player. But we'll let you off right now. I think it was a team shot onto Looney. Scump will fall after finding that kill. 45 seconds left. We are seeing a number advantage, heavily favoring Huntsman right now. He's going to be sat back, and he's going to level the playing field a little bit now in a 1v2. Availability for the Dead Silence onto Envoy, and you see that quick rotation straight away. When you know Methods is the last alive, you know he's got an assault rifle. He's sat top vents, you're like, I'm out of here. I'm planning this bomb, I'm using the map to our advantage. But with 45 seconds left, Methods needs to do it all.
He saw something there.
He's got information.
He knows they've backed on so far up. And, you know, these remaining 2 players, you can see where they're holding from. And Methods may just do this now. He knows right up top. Perfect position to be in. He's been here before. A kill would be great. But watch that other arrow now. Go for it. As soon as the shots are out, Envoy's going to come in and try and finish the kill. Now Methods has to guess correctly. Can't get it done against 2 players.
He makes that first kill there on the top house of the back. That's a very different story, and we could have been for something special. But unfortunately for him, it was a nice little jiggle peek of Methods. Will be shut down. Round number 1 to the Huntsmen. A much better start than on Piccadilly.
Oh, much better start. Plan really worked out for them there. Hook, line, and sinker again. Watching Gunless just sit and spawn by minecart there for the whole round. He managed to find a kill, I think, before being taken down by a teammate. Round 2 we go. No snipers for either side as we charge right on through mid. Envoy needs tweaking, man. Makes his way past B. Trophies go down, stops the smoke's approach. Scumpy now by water. This position here, he's able to jump up through, find the compute room, take care of those players in middle as he did last time round. And it's an early plant for Toronto.
Yeah, bomb's going down, and we're going to see, oh, what?
Trophy.
Okay.
Yay.
Trophy system will take down Envoy. I think he was dead anyway, no matter what it was. Formal's going to answer back, and it's going to be a 4v4 as Cammy will fall. Scum trying to find one on the flank, and he didn't even have to open that door. It was open for him. Finds one, finds 2. Scum, you disgust me.
That's nice. That's what you want to see. And that's going to be a 4 versus 2 now on point. Arstees goes down. And now makes it all down to Methods. Once again, Scumpy, can he get it done with a nade? He's going to push him back. Formal's already on the defuse, so either way, Methods has got to do something incredible to get that kill. He'd have to get the kill and run across map and just get the angle there where Formal was defusing. Whoa, nice round.
Madness. Absolute madness. That second kill from Scum. I want to see that again. I'm sure we will. But right now, Scum's feeling himself. And what a time to do it. Game 5 here. It might be the first map of the tournament for themselves, but a long way to go. And a long way for us as well. Game number 3 of 8 today.
Ooh, it's making my eyes water. Scum's got 5 kills in a row. Good round for the King. 2 straight for the Huntsmen. Were they sandbagging to put on a show for us? No. Is it scripted? God, no. It'd be good though, wouldn't it? Imagine if we could script this. How fun we could have. All right, Looney snipes her up as he looks over towards the B site. 3 members of the Huntsmen encroaching slowly on his territory. But Looney's a hunter right now. If you can find one of the Huntsmen, there's a little head right there. So close, but so far. That'd have been a great way to get it done. Still, Formal's managed to make his way forward. The nade's going to be there. Strong position to be in, though. Gunless, he will be taking care of the mine there. No Canary to save his life in that situation. And now we have a 4 versus 5. Arstee's answer is back immediately. Chicago now in a tough spot. What do they do? Make their way in towards the B site.
Gunfire goes down. Oh, Looney ran away. I think he thought Methods had his back, but poor angle there as Formal takes full advantage. Bomb goes down, and now it's a 4v3. Number advantage favors Huntsman. Formal just rotating around there, making sure he's checking it. The smoke will be called out by Arstees. He's going to back off. Formal goes down off screen, and now a 3v3. Classics actually popped the dead silence as well.
He made through. He made it all the way through. He could possibly find something here on Envoy there. Great work from Scumpy, just watching his back. That's brilliant stuff. Cammy can't get it done either, and that's 3 back-to-back right now for the Huntsmen.
A few extra shots, I see. A few extra shots.
Just got to make sure, mate. You never know. Yeah, we are in Atlanta, the home of the Walking Dead.
I think this is where you know he's dead. Yep, definitely dead. Yep, definitely dead.
Got to make sure they don't get back up again.
I'm looking forward to, I know the twins' mums aren't, but if we see the twins play against each other.
We have to. It has to happen. And that's where favorites are decided.
3-0 for the Huntsmen is very much the opposite in the first search and destroy, as Scump's 5-0, Envoy's 3-0. A lot of gunfire going down, and Banty's going to be the first to draw that blood. Envoy will drop.
It's a good start for Toronto on the offensive now. What will they do with that first blood advantage? Top shots from Classic. Just keeps Formal out of
I don't know how he survived that.
I know, it was 1 shot away from taking care of him, but this is a very slow push towards A. You don't see too much A pushes. Oh, Scumpy. He's going to peek. What's behind door number 1? It's going to be Cammy, and it's going to be another one. Can he find the kill? Scumpy backs on up. The hip fire is going to be there. 9 bullets left to work with, and it's going to be enough to get the kill. 5 kills in a row. That's his 7th thus far in the map without dying. Scump is on an absolute tear. However, his teammates are in trouble.
7-0. Arstees finds the head of Methods. Will be traded out now. With 30 seconds left, Scump's still alive. Anything can happen. Scump's still alive. Anything can happen. Scum still alive, and anything can happen! I think I nearly broke the stage there. I stopped a little bit.
4 rounds in a row for the Huntsmen. Toronto, scratching chins, back to the drawing board. Where do we go from here? Faced with this kind of adversity, they don't really know what to do at this stage. And it's an offensive round for Chicago once again. Scumpy hasn't died yet.
9-0.
Here we go. Nades are up right through mid-map. It's a push towards B. Very, very aggressive. Scumpy, how many more can we get? There's number 10. Keeping an eye on middle. There, oh, Bans.
10 in a row. He finally falls. The king has been taken care of. But is it too late? Ultra need a round so badly. Looney yet to pick up a kill. Unfortunate things for Looney. However, a round is better than a kill. Ultra, I don't know where that round just went, I'll be honest, but Ultra, well done. That was what you needed.
Especially after an explosive round like that from Scum.
Yeah.
A huge round like that, that's a momentum change. That's a confidence builder. And all of a sudden you go, okay, they're not all that. You know, we're sitting at 4-1, it's okay. We can pull this one back. Toronto have definitely got the chops in Search and Destroy to do this. But they've got to play their game. They cannot let that star power phase them. They've got to keep an eye out for Scum. We've got to keep an eye out for RSTs and Envoy on those flanks. It's Gunners and Formal a little bit more static. They're the guys you can rely on to be in certain places. It's the other three. They're the slippery ones.
And it really has been Scum kind of around mid-map, around Boiler Room, U. It's been him just kind of controlling the map and giving so much map control towards Huntsman. Oh, Classics found himself in a nice position. Can't finish the kill. Trophy system will save him as well. Both players still alive, and an early bomb plant will go down. 65 seconds, cut down to 45 now. Ultra will probably want to invest those field upgrades as soon as they get them. We're talking Dead Silence, we're talking trophy systems. Uh-oh, bank grenade, but it wasn't cooked here from Envoy. He's going to barge on through. Bance is going to find himself with a kill. I don't know how there. Formal just couldn't hit those shots. Classic and Bance combined for a triple. And now we really have a round on our hands here as RCT's last alive will be shut down. Back-to-back rounds for Ultra.
We're not out of the woods yet, Huntsman.
Okay.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Can't rule anything out in this game.
You cannot, dude. It's never over. It is never over until it's over. In Toronto now, just a moment of reprieve. They're 2 rounds in a row. Where the Huntsmen, where do they go from here? Slow this one down again. Looney's yet to get a kill, man. Like, once Looney gets kills, those round counts, they're going to change. He hasn't been running snipes. He's running an MP5 at this point in time, so maybe that's what you want to see, the difference maker.
I like this from Huntsman.
It's so aggressive.
Heavy A.
It's so aggressive, heavy A, but look, the read is there from Toronto. They've got the nades through as well. That's big information. What a read. Bance is going to try and hold Formal back. Here comes the poke. Classic makes his way through. He only gets 1, but that's good enough for the time being. Cammy picks up the trade. Straight away, a solid hold here from Toronto on the defense.
Yeah, it's actually a perfect read. You said it yourself, Miles, and it was almost like they saw the playbook coming. The door has been closed, and it's like, nope, good night, we'll see you tomorrow.
They closed the door on the play. They closed the door on the door. I will show myself out.
Yeah, please do. Thank you. Where's Looney? What's he up to? Number 8. He's just holding mid-map.
Oh, but
just below.
Formal's keeping the... He's trying to catch those players on the rotate out of A. He's crept through. There's a chance he could get Looney here and keep him on the donut. He's right above him.
He just popped Dead Silence. He just popped Dead Silence at the perfect time.
Looney heard nothing. He's managed to make his way through. Cammy saves the day.
We do love a little bit of Cammy. Welcome to the COD League. Formal shut down here. Another round favouring Ultra. RCT's popping Dead Silence as well. Finds himself in a strong position. Looney, there you go, baby. He's off the mark. Not 1, but 2 for Looney there. And suddenly, we're going into round number 8 with just 1 round between the 2 teams. I thought this was all done at 4-0. I was like, oh, that's an anticlimax, but here we are.
Toronto are back from the dead after being 4-0 down. We're getting there slowly but surely, one shambling footstep at a time. 3 rounds in a row. Looney found 2 kills that round, so here comes the confidence. Here comes the adaptation. Will they hit A? Will the Huntsman make a read on that one? We haven't seen much A hits from the side of Toronto, and this could well be it. Looney's making his way in, but his whole team is going the other direction. So there's going to be a large gunfight circulating around the B site.
It's a bait. It's a smoke. It's a very loud open door, and he's like, I'm coming, guys. Don't die. Trades go out. However, 2 have fallen. Long shots coming in from Methods. He's been star-studded with that AR. Looney finds his 3rd kill of the game. He's starting to heat up. Can't be too late. They're still in with a chance here. 3v3. Scump, Formal, RCT's up against Methods, Looney, and Bance here.
The read is now perfect for the side. Oh no, the Dead Silence play. Looney, he's just timed that one so unfortunately. RCT's gifted the kill. The bomb carrier goes down. That's the package out there by the pipes. And now RCT's can just look over the train tracks, make sure no one else makes their way through. That is absolute dire scenes for Toronto. Bad luck if ever I've seen it.
I thought Arsteez made a lot of noise and it wasn't heard there by the Ultra player. But the bomb's been recovered by Bance. He popped his dead silence to do so. And now he's off out and he's rekindled with the Methods.
Yeah, you see Methods watching mid-map, making sure no one's there to take care of that play. Now, Bance has to be careful. There's no one in pipes that he saw, but at the same time, something could have worked out here. 3 players for the Huntsmen towards A, rotating now in through the pipe side of the map with the bomb down as 45 seconds on the clock. Formal. Surging through mid. There's going to be a nice pinch developing here, but he and Scum, T2P, up over the top. Shots from Methods. Perfect nade as well goes out just to slow down the push from Formal, and that's a great shot from Arsteez. What a kill that was. 25 seconds now left on the clock. Bance was all alone.
That had to be a team shot for sure. Bance, though, like you said, all alone. He's being pinched, pushed. And that was beautifully done. I was thinking for a second, you know, you've got the bomb down, you can set up well, but I honestly think 2, maybe all 3 of them put damage into that one Ultra player. Arsteez was just the one to deliver the final bullet to the head. 5-3 now. A much-needed round for Huntsmen. Yes, you're in the lead, but if you've lost 3 back-to-back, it's demoralizing. It's worrying. Your heart starts to beat a little bit faster.
This is match point for the Chicago Huntsmen. An embarrassing loss for them if they go down to Toronto. Again, with all the analysts, all the fans, the expectations on themselves, this is exactly what they don't want. 1 more round is all they need. Toronto need 3. If they want that rematch against Minnesota.
And I think, I might be wrong in saying this, I think Paris are only the team to actually push Chicago to a Game 5. I mean, Ultra have actually surprised me already, whether win or lose. However, I'm sure they wanted to take the victory. However, very quick bomb plant, very quick engagement. Arsteez trades out 4v4 here. Looney finds another as well. 4th kill of the game. With the bomb planted, only 35 seconds remain. Gunless watching the flank. He's not had the best search and destroy. He's only 1 and 7. Looney finds a double. Cammy finds 1 as well. And surely this is in the bag. Scum finally will fall as everyone from Ultra just collapses on them. That was very, very odd but convincing round, Miles.
So decisive. So decisive. We saw from Gunless POV, he's expecting the push from the rear. He doesn't expect Looney to literally be flying at him from the back end of the warehouse there. And that's going to be an easy defuse. 1 round. 5-4. Toronto need 2 more. The Huntsmen still on match point. Here we go. Back into it once again. What a good surge.
I mean, Scump was 10-0 at the start of things. I mean, 11-4 now, still a fantastic score, but it's just the pace of it all just slowed down. And credit to Ultra to slow that down. It's very hard when you get such a prolific player like that on fire. It's very hard to kind of nullify. Envoy trying to find himself in a dangerous position. You see a lot of players just kind of took themselves into that.
Oh, Envoy heard him. He heard him. Envoy heard him on the point. He's going to get the... Oh, Classic saves him.
Save by Classic.
The bomb is not armed. The bomb is only a slight harmed as Classic finds a 2nd kill on a Formal. Bance takes care of Gunless. We could be going around 11. Going to get the bomb down as Arsteez, the late game heroics now as he tries to make something happen here. No one on the bomb, and he just gets caught out from behind. Bance will do what he can. Now Scumpy, the shots are there, but it's not enough. Round 11.
Game 5, round 11. Huntsmen versus Ultra is decided by this. No respawning, no next round. It's do or die. Everything that has happened in the last hour in this series, it doesn't matter. Ultra have the chance to upset hugely and send these guys down. 1 kill for Gunless, got 12 for Arsteez. It's kind of crazy, but here we go. 90 seconds on the clock, and Ultra are on the defense. Cammy's getting aggressive.
Classic's getting aggressive. He's gone right through mid. He may be able to catch
these.
My God, he could honestly catch these players out. Dead Silence is almost finished for him. Scump there, sitting right next to him in green. Gunless finally opens the 1 up. Envoy gets a 2nd kill as well, so that's great news already for the Huntsmen. Now you got to slow down. The opening pace was set so quickly, but wait, Scump, if he just checks above him, there is a Classic in wait. He goes down as again, there's a player right above him as he gets just enough of information there as Bance has still got their Dead Silence running. If he goes up and checks right, it's over. Bance could get an amazing kill here. They can send something up.
And this is where Huntsmen stick together. You've got 5v3. You push together. You trade things out. You make it simple. Methods, though, has other ideas. Bance is tucked in a nook and cranny. And as we see Formal and Gunless start to push forward, the smoke arises. The tension starts to build.
Envoy's on the bomb, but Bance has just crept out of his position in green. He's going to find 1 from Looney. Now Bance is still on the left-hand side. Gunless now desperately trying to make his way forward. 3v3. Neither team is able to make a bad step wrong here, but Bance is crept round the back. Benjamin Bance finds one.
And not greedy, finds one, dips out, it's down to a 2v2. The substitute, can he go well? It's all up to Bance, they know the positioning, and Formal is out of there. He's thinking he knows where Bance is, he's pushing straight through, but Bance has read it with 10 seconds. All he needs to do is make the kill. He's popped the dead silence. Can he get the player off the bomb? Yes, he's done it! My goodness!
Whoa, they killed him! They killed him, they got the round! He couldn't get it done at the end! Bance was traded in the dying seconds. You came so close, Toronto. They could not have been any closer.
And I tell you what, that one kill, that was like 3 seconds left. You stop him plant and you've almost won the round. I think it was Arcetes who was left with Formal. I think Formal was planting the bomb, but Arcetes was the one to make the kill. You see him stand up there, almost hold his chest and think, oh my goodness, that was too close. It might be smiles for Envoy, but it is not a happy victory.
That face says it all for Bance. He came so close. The closest he could have possibly come to take that entire series. It all fell on him. He made the right choice, but with seconds to spare, Arcetes gets the kill and closes out the round win.
And Huntsmen read it perfectly. When it was 2v1, they knew where Bance was. He was the one to play the flank. And again, when Huntsman made that rotation, Formal had to go for the bomb plan. With that time, you can't risk it. And it was Arcetes just waiting. He made that kill, but wow. Oh my word, what an incredible series.
What an incredible series indeed. The Huntsmen get it done 3-2 in the end. But that's all from Miles and my mob here. Rich, take it away.
Wow. Okay, so it's time for instant reaction brought to you by PlayStation. I got Seth with me right now. I don't think we'll ever have a closer series actually get played out. Talk about those final moments.
Oh, that was a tough one. I don't know. We just came out super flat. I mean, first map we played well, but Alec kind of dragged us through it. I think we kind of underestimated their team a little bit because our minds are so set on like playing FaZe. But they came out, they played well. Thankfully, we clutched up there at the end because that's too close.
I want to talk about Search in general, too. You talk about maybe you underestimate this team a lot. When we were over in London, you guys looked phenomenal in Search. All of a sudden, we start saying maybe Search isn't going to be a game mode that they necessarily do struggle with. Do you feel like that is still a potential weakness for your squad?
Oh, no, I don't think we have a weakness, really. We're really well-rounded. I think that Piccadilly, they did their homework. They countered us really, really well. They kept just hitting B, and we couldn't really get any map control. So, I mean, hats off to them. They played that map well. And then Gunrunner, I think that's the first time we played it. So I was a little nervous going into that last map, but thankfully we pulled it out.
All right, now, you already mentioned you're thinking about FaZe. It's something that we knew was going to happen. We talk about the last tournament. You guys were obviously looking at Dallas. Now you're looking at FaZe. How do you feel this matchup's actually going to go for you?
If we play like that, not very well. I'll say that much. But no, I think it's going to be a good match. We got to get to them first, and they got to get to us. So I think we need to take that series as a lesson and not underestimate and just get through each match and then inevitably play them at the end.
Yeah, I definitely think those are big things. Now, I hate to do this, but my mom asked me to do it. Could you sign this? My mom's a huge fan. She really loves you. Yeah, my mom loves you. And there's plenty of Call of Duty to love as well. We're going to be jumping to a quick break. When we do come back, we are going to be getting into the next one. It's going to be the home team. It's going to be Atlanta against OpTic. All of that when we return.